And then he took out 18 inches of colon, a tennis ball sized tumor, and 44 lymph nodes. So soon after they were going to put it in a port, that was the next surgery that was lined up. And I'm a big shooter. I like to shoot, skeet, and bird hunt. And so I took my gun and I put it on my shoulder, and then I drew a line. And I said, just said, anywhere left of this line, you can put it. And we got into the surgery room, and he opened up my shirt, and he saw that, and he said that was the funniest thing he'd ever seen. So then the port was for several reasons. One, to draw blood, because they were going to do that a lot. And two, to start chemotherapy. They were going to put it in, and then it was on like a suitcase. And you just carried it around for 2 hours until it all dripped in. And that went well the first couple of times. I was hanging out with my mom in Cascade and had my pump, giving me the chemo. And I started feeling my chest get tight. So I called my wife, who was here in Great Falls, and said, I'll meet you at the ER. Turned out, I was having a heart attack at the time. Throughout the day, or throughout that evening, I had 15 heart attacks. We couldn't figure out why. Somebody said that it must be the chemo. Now you're trying to fight cancer, but the medicine that they want to give you is killing you more than the cancer was. Now what do you do? My faith is so strong. I knew God had it. So fear, no. Was I anxious? Was I like, what's going on here? And yeah, I had all that going on. I was more upset that it upset my wife. The doctor I was working with at the time didn't have an exact plan on how to handle it from there. So we went to the Mayo Clinic in Rochester. We met with a cardio oncologist. He figured out this special mix of drugs that he thought would work. So he said, come on back and we're gonna try this. We're gonna put you in the ICU to give it to you. That way, if anything goes wrong, everything at our disposal is right next to you. They started this regimen and it worked great. I felt like I had the flu. Then I left for a week and then I came back and did it again. But then I came home and then the nurses here took over. They were incredible. That oncology department at Slutton, those women over there, they're fantastic. They took care of me like I was their own dad. I love that nursing department. It has a special place in my heart for sure. I was on chemo for a year, just over a year. I think it was 3 weeks on and 2 weeks off, and then 3 weeks on and 2 weeks off. So the other interesting thing that the clinic figured out was that slow drip was part of the problem. So they started giving it to me by injection. I did have neuropathy, was one of the side effects. And since I'm a carpenter and I work with my hands a lot, I told them to take that drug out of the mix, which they weren't very happy about. But I told them I wouldn't take it unless they took that out. So my last treatment was February 19th, and I started May 19th of the year before. It was a relief to be able to take that burden off of my wife and my family. My biggest thing, obviously, is faith in God. That's 100%. But I have a positive attitude. I think attitude was a big part of it. It's kind of a doom and gloom diagnosis, and it doesn't have to be for your life, right? It's a bad thing that's happening to you, but you have to stay positive for yourself because it heals, but also for your friends and family.